Hey everyone, Seth Campbell here. Welcome back to Segway Plays Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. In the last episode, we got the final 2 Triforce charts and took care of a couple loose ends that had me stopping by the Nintendo Gallery to drop off a pictograph of a big octo. In this episode, it's finally time to get those Triforce charts translated or deciphered in a way that we can finally read them. Why am I getting this song wrong all of a sudden? Like the last couple episodes, I've been screwing that up. I don't think I've ever done that before in my life. But anyway, the bad news is that means we have to go talk to Tingle, who I really don't like. But he did say, if you ever need help with charts, don't forget it. And to be fair, I share a certain kinship with that because one of my many jobs I do as a musician is I do sheet music for people. Check out my website, which may or may not be functional by the time this episode goes up. But if it is, I'll put a link in the description. If you need sheet music, I'm your guy. So, I often help people with charts. So, perhaps I shouldn't be too hard on Tingle. Oh, blue choo-choo. Oops. Forgot, that doesn't work. We might have enough, how am I doing on the blue chew jelly? That might be the one thing we have to go back to Windfall Island for. I still don't have enough. But as we climb up this giant totem that has choo-choos, what could be moblins, creepy looking fairies, we see underneath the giant rotating Tingle head a very disturbing sight. 2 more guys dressed like Tingle who are pushing the handles, keeping this thing rotating while Tingle just sits there staring at them and doing nothing to help out. You have a Tingle tuner, do you not? No, if you do not have one, do not worry about it. If you lack a Tingle tuner, it is sort of complicated, I suppose. No, do not go out of your way. No, really. I mean, it is quite useful, the Tingle tuner, I mean. But no, really, I would not expect you to. Heave ho! Heave. Oh. This is heavy. This is just between you and me. But this guy has another brother. If that guy could just come spin this thing instead of me. Heave. Oh. So that is a little hint about something that's really obscure about this game and will only be dealt with in a bonus video if I'm able to do it. Because it has something to do with the Tingle tuner. I'm spoiling that just because otherwise I can't really explain why I can't explain. But let's talk to Tingle. Oh, Mr. Fairy! I've been longing to see you, sir. What say we play? What do you want to play? What? You're not here to play? That fragrant, musty scent. Sir, you have found a chart. Splendid, splendid. Show me. Why, you can't read that chart in its current state? Impossible, sir. Would you like me to decipher it for you? For 398 rupees. Yeah. So you know how I've been saying for a long time you're going to need a lot of rupees? This is why. This obnoxious, skinflint, rupee-pinching, fairy-believing-in, fairy-chasing, green-tight-wearing with red underwear-wearing lunatic charges 398 rupees per chart. And you absolutely have to do this. Tingle, tingle, kulu, limpa, become readable! You got your chart deciphered. Now you can use it to find a piece of the Triforce. Open a seed chart, check its location. It works just like treasure charts. Like we did decipher another chart for 398 rupees? Yeah. You don't have a choice. You have to do this. So this is one reason a lot of people did like what they did in the HD remake. In that, I believe you only had 3 Triforce charts that you had to decipher. And the other 5, you just got the shard in the chest instead of getting the chart to find it. And so you don't have to go through quite as much money with this clown. I think there are extra treasure charts put into the game that just lead to some 50 rupee rewards to kind of make up for it. But yeah, so this is... You need a lot of rupees for this. Now, if you find yourself short on rupees, there are a few great places to go. Am I going to be able to... How many of these... I've lost count. I thought I would have had enough, but I might not. I guess not. Unless this is the last one. I've lost count. But, you know, mini games are useful for getting rupees. Light rings that you find all over the ocean. Crud. I don't have enough. How many more do I need? There are also, if you do have a Game Boy Advance that you can hook up and play, there are a lot of ways with the Tingle Tuner that will get you easy money, or mostly easy money. How many of these do I have left? Okay, so yes, the Triforce charts are now readable just like... Oh, there are 2 more. Oh, yeah, because oh, yeah. So I was thinking by 400 and times... Okay, no. So I did not have enough. I needed about 800 more. Or 500 more, I guess. So yes, they now function just like treasure charts. So we're going to have to go out and hunt some rupees, which is fine because we have a few other things to do anyway. And this will give us an excuse. But you'll notice I was looking around, I saw a gathering of seagulls out there. That gathering is when we are facing northwest. And so I am going to go chase that down, because we know what that means. More north, really. And of course the Georgs are going to bother us now. Something was brought to my attention the other night. I don't know if any of the rest of you have heard of this, but it's been stuck in my head for 3 days, and I figure if I have to suffer, you should too. Whenever I see something related to sharks now, it just immediately comes to my head. There's this, like, it's like a children's song, I guess, and there's an animation for it, a really weird animation. I say as I fight the big octo that I knew was here. I think it's just the Baby Shark song. It's like Baby Shark, do 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 do, Baby Shark, do 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 do. And there's a verse for a whole bunch of different sharks, and then a verse for the fish swimming away from the sharks. And it will get stuck in your head. I guarantee it. And so now that I've said that, you know you're gonna look it up because you're so curious. You have to see it. And as soon as you do, it will never get out of your head. You're welcome. And let's take out this big octo here. Almost done. This is one octopus whose garden I would not like to visit. Ringo made them sound much more friendly. An octopus's garden in the shade. But we have defeated this big octo. Did I overshoot? I think I did. No, left side, come on. There we go. This ought to do it. Or not. Too far in front of me, I guess. Really? A little too picky. There we go. It's a piece of heart. Fantastic. So now that we have done that, we need to gather some rupees. And also pick up a few collectibles while we are at it. Let me see what's around me. Oh, wait. Uh-oh, something in my notes is wrong, because I had it that I hadn't gotten that, Oh, but there is something over on to the west at, Rockspire Isle. So just while we happen to be here, I am going to go there, and I will meet you there. Okay, here we are, just off Rockspire Island. And somewhere around here, I think that might be them over there. There should be some cannon boats. And I don't think there's really any indication that these are special cannon boats. But if you should happen to shoot them down, if I'm actually able to. No, not. Okay, one down. And two down. This is odd because there was no cutscene or anything notifying that something interesting happened. So either this is what I expected and they really undersold it. Oh, it is what I expected. Okay, yep. It's a piece of heart. So yeah, they really kind of hide that. You really just have to get lucky and think to shoot down those cannon boats. So that completes our 19th heart container. There are only 4 pieces of heart left in the Great Sea. And the problem is, I might have one of them in my notes wrong and not be totally sure where the last one is. So this will be fun. We'll have to see where this goes. But in the meantime, I know a couple places we can get some rupees. One of them is on Dragon Roost Isle, which we have not visited for a very long time. So let's go there and listen to the wonderful Peruvian-inspired music once again. Been quite a while since we were here. Well, we are here. In fact, first let me see if there are any treasure chart spots around Dragon Roost, or did we get the only one? I think we already got one and then that was it. Yeah, we did. Okay. So, you may remember, oh, well, first let's talk to Prince Kamali here. See how he's doing. Link, you know Medley, don't you? I think something weird happened to her. It stinks, too, because I went to all the trouble of picking this flower to surprise her with. And now she's not around. Yeah, I do feel bad about that. We did kind of sneak away without telling Kamali. That's got to be tough. So, but more to the point, do you remember all the way back the very first tip a fishman ever gave us? Said that there was a cave that you couldn't get to on the back of this island unless you could fly. Well, now that we have the ability to fly, it's worth checking out. But first, we've got some golden feathers for this guy, and he's been waiting a long time, so hopefully his girlfriend is still patient with him. So, are you really going to let me have 20 of those? Sure. Really? Are you sure? Yes! I'm going to stick these little beauties in a letter and send them off right away. I'm going to tell her about you, too. I'm so happy. Seriously. It's not much, but please accept this. Orange rupee. So there's some rupees. And this is not the last we shall hear of those 2 lovebirds, so to speak. Let's see what the Rito Chieftain has to say. Ah, Link, so you have returned safely. May I assume that you have been checking our post boxes? Since you left, our island has been beset by a plague of monsters which appeared after the setting of the sun. Luckily, they have never come during daylight hours, so you may rest safely. There's a funny thing, I was convinced. Let's see, if you talk to these 2. Master Link, do not push yourself too hard. Akut, speak up. Is there nothing you want to say to Master Link? Of course there is, Sket. And that something is as follows. Do your best. We're with you all the way. Oh, that's odd. I thought it was these guys. Master Link, you know Medley, do you not? Okay, it is. Well, we cannot find her. I am not lying, am I, Sket? You most certainly are not, Akut. Now, I don't think there is any need for alarm, but let us know if you see her. I thought that was a clue to, like, show them a pictograph of Medley. Oh, this isn't the way I wanted to go. To show them a pictograph of Medley in the Earth Temple. But, no, there is nothing you can do. You can't tell them where she's gone. They just have to live in wonder. And again, I feel bad about that. Medley probably should have said some goodbyes. Now again, you'll notice that this particular appear a certain useless, pointless NPC who spoiled my Nintendo Gallery run as a child is nowhere to be found. No, don't jump off. Don't jump off. Okay. So, but this guy is here. You may recognize him as the beleaguered mailman who I had to deliver to Maggie's father. A little traditional Birdman contest on that little island over there. Why don't you give it a try? Maybe I'll go ahead and take a break myself. So, he'll be here. And then he will fly away if you talk to him. Which leaves this deck open. And if you saw, there's a little island out there. Maybe I should have gone due east. Maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, I'm going to hedge my bets here. No, that's too far. Well, no, okay, that might do. Alright, now that we have the Deku Leaf, we can fly our way over. Ride the winds and fly, 'cause it's all a state of mind. Oh, there's a story for you. That song, State of Mind by Raul Madan. So, I first heard that song on the radio when my family was in a rental car driving through the snowy streets of Breckenridge, Colorado. We were on a little ski trip. My uncle had a timeshare out there. And I distinctly remember this. We were at a four-way intersection. We had pulled up to the stoplight, and I was listening to and loving this song, and then I turned to the right and had the bejesus scared out of me because there was a ski clothing shop that carried the brand Spider. And if you know the logo of the brand Spider, it's a giant spider. I don't like spiders. And there was this giant spider picture in the window. And it sort of shook me out of my enjoyment of the song, but I still remembered, hey, that was a really cool song. And so many years... Actually, it wasn't many years. It was only a couple years later. By the time I had gotten an iPod and learned how to use iTunes and such, my dad and I were, picking out some songs to add to our library. And I was like, I wonder if I could find there was that song. I don't remember who it was by. I don't know if I got the name of it, but it's something like, I want to be rich, but I want to be happy. Ride my wings and fly, 'cause it's all a state of mind. And that wasn't quite how it goes. But that's what I remembered at the time, and from those lyrics we managed to find it. Raul Madan, State of Mind, and it's a great song and a great album, and Raul Madan is a crazy genius, and everybody should check him out. So that story killed a little time as we fly to the now visible cave, and geez, I hope this Kargarok is not going to catch up to me. Nope. So here is this little cave on the back of Dragon Roost Island. Oh, keys. Go away. And here is this chest, and in this chest is another orange rupee, which is another 100 rupees, which, again, you may recall we really need right now. Let's see, what's up here? I don't remember where this goes. Huh. Well, wouldn't you know it? Anyway. And there's something else we can do here. You may remember, all the way back toward the start of our adventure, when we were first here, I pointed out that string of bomb flowers leading to that big rock. And I probably told you, I don't really remember off the top of my head because it was so long ago, that my buddy Chris and I, the buddy who first showed me this game, were trying to find a place you could throw a bomb flower that it would hit and activate those. There is none because you can't do that, it's way too far up. But what you can do is shoot it with an arrow. And that makes this chest appear, or fall down, and that gives you a silver rupee, which is great. So, now, we are through on Dragon Roost. I want to go, well, while we're in the northeast corner, of a brand new crescent moon. It's actually not the northeast, it's a northwest corner in that song, but we're in the northeast corner, and I wanted to sing Terrapin Station. I am going to go east to the flight control platform because there is a treasure chart spot that I just plain old forgot to get while we were there last time. So I'll meet you at the flight control platform. Here we are, and you can see it already. Treasure chart spot right there. Don't know how I forgot to get this when I was here last time, probably because I was busy with the Birdman contest and screaming goal and freaking out the dog. You remember that. Good times. Got the Island Hearts chart. This is a special chart. It shows you the pieces of heart that are on islands as opposed to out at sea. And I'm curious, because I never really used these all that much. I'm curious if it shows the ones you've already gotten. It doesn't. That's a shame. I'm not sure what the, I see the post, yeah, there's one in a post box, and then there's, oh, that's the Deku tree leaves. Okay. So yeah, this shows you, basically, on islands, on the islands shown here, there are pieces of heart. And you look at, you know, islands like Windfall, which is a town where there are a total of 9 pieces of heart. Or, you know, just somewhere like here on the Birdman contest on the flight control platform, there's just 1. And you know that if you're on an island that doesn't have any, don't bother searching for a piece of heart on that island because there isn't one. Unfortunately, like I said, it doesn't really check them off like some other charts do, whether or not you get something. So I want to do one last thing in this episode, and that is to go south of Forest Haven to the boating course, which I told you we didn't do before because we had max rupees. Well, we don't have max rupees now, and we need rupees. So I'm going to warp to Forest Haven and meet you just south of there at the boating course. Well, here we are at the boating course, and our first order of business is that treasure chart spot that just appeared. Let's see how close I can get. Oh, so close. Little further. Do-do-do-do-do. We got the Sea Hearts chart. This is the companion to the Island Hearts chart. Because, obviously, some pieces of heart are not found on islands. They are found at sea. And for those, you need... Wait a minute. Oh, yes. Oh, okay, yes. So, I should have explained that better. This shows you, or maybe it explained it better, and I didn't read it. This shows you where you get... Wait. This can't be right. Oh, yeah, I guess it shows on the right there. Sea chart leads to chest. Treasure chart leads to chest, which leads to heart. So I guess this shows what islands have treasure charts. Though that doesn't really make much sense either. Okay. I'm going to have to put an after further review thing at the bottom of this, because I'm not totally understanding how that works as I try to read it now. Because there are definitely more treasure charts than that. But let's check out this boating course as I sail further away than I intended to. Now, before we do the actual minigame, it has a little secret, I believe, that I completely forgot about. And it's over there. And what way am I facing? North. So I'm going to have to change the wind. You may recognize that guy. He can be spotted at the Windfall Tavern, coffee shop, bar, whatever it is. Often at nighttime, but by day he is out here running the boating course. But on this side of the boating course, there is a little cavern. And it's one of these with the creepy teeth. And they have those little diamond switches in them. And these guys are just going to keep coming until you hit them, I believe. Oops, no. Mercifully, the switches stay struck. Of course, you have to back up far enough because the platform can get in the way. And you have to defeat the mini blinks to give yourself just enough room to even... launch the boomerang as far as the switches. There we go. Go away. You got the submarine chart. Now you know where to find the enemy submarines that surface from below. So, yeah, another special chart. And this one, again, shows where submarines are. Though, unfortunately, it does not cross them off once you've completed them. Which would be handy. Wait a minute, let me see that again. Oh, yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay, there is one in a place that I thought I... Never mind. I would explain, but it wouldn't make any sense. Because it involves my thought process and my note-taking process, none of which you can see. So, anyway, I suggest we get out of here and just try the boating course minigame to end this episode. But I should probably actually get on the island and talk to the guy to do that. think his name's Loot, if I'm remembering correctly. I might be totally wrong about that. Hey, that's a pretty slick boat you got there, kiddo. So what do you say, kiddo? You want to play a boat game for 30 rupees? What do you say? Well, I'm a little nervous about wagering rupees, but, well, I ain't that good a talker. But here goes. Now listen up. The deal is, you take your boat and sail over the barrels floating in the water and see how many rupees you can bring to the finish line within the time limit. There's two kinds of floating barrels you gotta watch out for. The ones that float on their sides and the ones that float upright. You can get the rupees above the barrels floating on their sides by just sailing right over the barrels. But if you run into the barrels floating upright in the water, they'll rough you up. You know you can press R to jump your boat, right? Yeah, well, to get the rupees over the upright barrels, you gotta jump with R. It's the only way. The barrels got placed there based on which way the wind's blowing. So watch that wind gauge behind your boat real careful like. Oh, and one more thing. If time runs out before you finish, you lose. So watch the timer too, will ya? Them's the rules. What do you say? Want to give it a shot? What do you say? Sure. Alrighty, and go down to the start line. So yes, it's pretty much as he described it. You have to make it around the course, which appears slightly differently depending on which way you've got the wind blowing. And try to get as many rupees as you can while still finishing. Obviously, you don't want to crash into the upright barrels, because that will slow you down significantly. But you do not have to jump over the barrels on their sides. Oh, uh-oh. Yep. That's bad. Causes you to lose quite a bit of time. My personal advice would be don't jump for green rupees. Jump for the yellow rupees. Oh, yeah, and he did not mention the exploding barrels. Watch out for those. I feel like I could get sued for that. Does the wind change direction over the course? It seems to. Yeah, I guess it does. And obviously, you know, you can jump for a green rupee if the lineup just seems good. Let's see, is this worth it? This might be a dumb idea. Oh, no, I think I glitched, but I think it worked out for me. Yeah, the wind definitely changes direction. Oh, red rupee, red rupee, red rupee. Ah, I missed it. But still got 112. Got 112 rupees with 150 remaining. Oh, way to be. All right, then. Here's 112 rupees you collected as I promised. They're all yours. Enjoy, kiddo. Looks like you made a fortune. Come back and do it again sometime. So yes, as you can see, this game is not that difficult, and it's a good way to rake in some rupees, which you'll need because Tingle is crazy. But you'll notice with that, we now have enough rupees to get our last two charts translated. We'll be nearly broke after that, but at least we'll have them deciphered. So now that we do have enough rupees, I'm going to go back to Tingle Island and get him to decipher the remaining two Triforce charts. Oh, would you look at that? The post box is bouncing. Let's see what it's got for us. Good evening. Letters for Link. We have one letter. Here is your letter. Dear Link, I recently received some golden feathers from my boyfriend, who mentioned you. I'm something of a bird enthusiast, so I know how hard it must have been to get all these feathers. I want you to be as happy as we are, Link, so I'm sending you this as a token of our affection. It's another piece of heart, which leaves us with just 3 to go. So yes, as I told you, we would be hearing from them a little more, and that is it. Very glad they're happy. Okay, Tingle. Oh, Mr. Fairy, I've been longing to see you. Yeah, okay, this again. I am never going to get that image out of my head. I mean, could someone explain to this guy that the fate of the universe is on the line? And that maybe now is not the time to jack up his deciphering prices? Mr. Fairy, I have marked the location of the Triforce shard on your incredible chart too. When you open this chart by pressing Y on the C chart, the place where the treasure is will shine forth. Then just go to that place and rely on your chart to help you find the treasure. Yep. So we have gotten all 8 Triforce charts deciphered. And as a helpful bonus, the incredible chart now shows where each of the shards is on our C chart. So that is handy. But I think we're going to call it here for this episode. And in the next episode, we will chase down those Triforce shards as well as a few last odds and ends from around the Great Sea. See you next time.